My name is Gideon, and I want to tell you a story that you don't want to miss. Get your coffee, whiskey, or popcorn. Now let's begin. James noticed the change in Lena, the way she became distant, distracted. But whenever he asked her if something was wrong, she would dismiss his concerns with a smile and a kiss, telling him he was imagining things. But James knew his wife, and he knew something wasn't right. One evening, after Lena had left for what she claimed was a girls' night out, James received a call from a friend. The news was like a punch to the gut. Lena had been seen with Victor, not just once, but many times. The rumors were true. She was having an affair. James felt his world crumbling around him. He confronted Lena when she returned, hoping, praying that she would deny it, that it was all a misunderstanding. But Lena didn't deny it. Instead, she looked at him with a cold detachment that shattered his heart. "Yes, James, I'm seeing Victor," she said, her voice void of any remorse. "He can give me the life I deserve, the life you could never provide." James was devastated. He couldn't understand how the woman he loved, the mother of his children, could throw away everything they had built together for the allure of wealth. But as he looked into her eyes, he realized that the woman he once knew was gone, replaced by someone driven by greed and selfishness. Lena left James and their children, moving in with Victor without looking back. She reveled in her new life of luxury, unconcerned with the wreckage she had left behind. She convinced herself that she had made the right choice, that this was the life she was meant to live. But life has a way of catching up with those who make the wrong choices. A few years into her relationship with Victor, Lena's perfect world began to unravel. Victor, once the epitome of health and vitality, started to fall ill. At first, it was just fatigue and occasional fevers, but soon the symptoms worsened. Doctors diagnosed him with a severe illness, a disease that was both debilitating and contagious. Lena, who had been living with Victor all this time, soon discovered that she too had contracted the disease. The life she had sacrificed everything for was now in ruins. Her wealth couldn't save her from the consequences of her actions, and the disease became a daily reminder of the choices she had made. As her health deteriorated, Lena found herself isolated, abandoned by the very man she had left her family for. Victor's once vibrant life had turned into a battle for survival, and he had little time or energy to care for Lena. The world she had once been so eager to embrace was now a prison. Meanwhile, James had struggled to pick up the pieces of his shattered life. It wasn't easy being a single father, dealing with the betrayal and trying to move on from the woman he had once loved so deeply. But James was a resilient man, and he knew he had to be strong for his children. Time passed, and as the wounds slowly healed, James began to rebuild his life. He focused on his career, providing the best he could for his kids, and eventually he found love again. Her name was Rachel. She was kind, compassionate, and everything James had ever hoped for in a partner. She embraced his children as her own, bringing joy and warmth back into their lives. With Rachel, James found the happiness he had thought was lost forever. Their wedding was a simple, beautiful affair surrounded by friends and family who had supported James through his darkest times. As he stood beside Rachel, looking into her eyes, he knew that he had finally found the love he deserved, the love that Lena had never appreciated. As for Lena, she spent the rest of her days in regret, her once glamorous life reduced to a shadow of its former self. The choices she made had cost her everything, and there was no going back. James, on the other hand, found that life has a way of rewarding those who stay true to themselves. He learned that real wealth isn't measured in money or possessions, but in love, loyalty, and the people who stand by you no matter what. In the end, the story of James and Lena is a reminder that the choices we make define the lives we lead. And while some choices lead to ruin, others can bring us the happiness we've always deserved. The life lesson of this story is about the consequences of choices and the value of integrity, loyalty, and true love. The sad part is, every day this is someone's reality. Do your best to not let Simone make this your reality. Do your best to not make this a reality for someone else.
Enjoying the content? Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you're loving what you hear. Stay tuned. Here's our second story.
Hello, my name's Trinity. I'd like to share a story with you today, one that many of you might find familiar and relatable. I hope it encourages you, and I hope it inspires you. So, get comfortable, and let's get started. Mia had married Mark when she was quite young, thinking she'd found true love. But as the years passed, Mark's warmth turned cold, and his love became possessive and harsh. What started with sharp words quickly escalated to something much darker. The once vibrant Mia was now a shadow of herself, enduring Mark's anger in silence, too fearful to reach out for help. Her days blurred together, living in constant fear, hoping to avoid Mark's wrath, and yearning for a way out that seemed impossible. One particularly brutal night, after Mark's rage had left her bruised and broken, Mia looked in the mirror and barely recognized the woman staring back. That reflection, the visible marks of her suffering, sparked something inside her, a determination she hadn't felt in years. She knew she couldn't continue living like this. The next day, Mia gathered all her courage and confided in Lily, her dearest friend. Lily had always sensed something was wrong, but had never pressed Mia for answers. When Mia finally opened up, Lily listened with a heart full of compassion. Without hesitation, she offered Mia a way out, a place to stay, and a plan to escape Mark's grip. With Lily's help, Mia left Mark, finding refuge in a small women's shelter a few towns away. It wasn't much, but it was safe. For the first time in years, Mia felt a sense of peace. Surrounded by women who had walked similar paths, she began to heal, rediscovering the strength she thought she'd lost. It was at the shelter that Mia met Daniel. He was a volunteer, kind, gentle, and patient. Daniel never pushed Mia. Instead, he simply offered her the support she needed as she rebuilt her life. They began as friends, sharing quiet conversations over cups of tea. Daniel was a listener, always there, never judging, and slowly, Mia started to trust again. Over time, their friendship blossomed into something more. Daniel saw in Mia a resilience and beauty that Mark had tried to destroy, and Mia, once so fearful of love, found herself drawn to Daniel's unwavering kindness. He was the opposite of everything she'd known, steady, loving, and trustworthy. One evening, as the sun set over the hills, Daniel took Mia's hand, his eyes filled with sincerity. "Mia," he said softly, "I love you. I know you've been through so much, but I want to be there for you every step of the way. Will you be mine?" Mia's heart swelled. She never thought she could find love again, but here it was, staring her in the face. With a smile, she whispered, "Yes, Daniel, I will." Their wedding was a simple affair, just close friends and family, but it was filled with joy and hope. As they exchanged vows, Mia knew she had found something precious, a love built on trust, respect, and mutual understanding. In Daniel, Mia found a partner who cherished her, who saw her not as someone broken, but as someone strong. Together, they built a new life, one where Mia's past didn't define her, but rather shaped her into the woman she was meant to be. Mia's story is a testament to the power of love to heal even the deepest wounds. It's a reminder that no matter how dark life may seem, there's always hope. Hope for a new beginning, and hope for a love that truly endures. Sometimes it takes the darkest times to show us our true strength. Mia's journey reminds us that even in the face of unimaginable pain, there is always the possibility of healing, of finding love that restores and renews. And when we find that love, we realize just how powerful it can be. I hope you enjoyed our time together as much as I did. Until next time.